here. I'm going to show you guys how to change the manual transmission fluid on your C6 Corvette. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how all this is done. I use Redline. You guys can use whatever you prefer. That's the one I use. So you're going to need, that's about 4 liters of oil. You probably need like 3.5, but we'll find out. You need a oil pan to catch it all. You need a little pump. You need a 3/8 wrench. That's all you're going to need, no sockets. So you just need the 3/8 with the straight shaft on the end of it. I got a trouble light. And yeah, that's it. And I'm going to show you guys how this is all done, and we'll get to it right now. I'll show you what you're going to have to do.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to get to the drain. So the first thing we're going to have to do is get to the drain plug. And that's right back here. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right there. So there's the drain plug that we got to get to. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And then you got, that's on the passenger side. And then on the driver's side, you got the fill plug over here. So you can see it's right beside where it says the spec of the oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to taking that off, and I'm going to start draining it, and I'll show you guys how it's done. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your 3/8 wrench in here. And you're going to loosen that off. Okay, and you're going to want to make sure you have your catch, your oil catch nearby. Okay, apparently this comes out a little different than motor oil. And I know it smells twice as bad. So that's draining that. So while we're draining that, I'm going to undo the fill reservoir, which is on the driver's side. And again, it's the same thing, just a 3/8 wrench. A little hard to get to. And if you haven't done this in a while, she doesn't want to move. If you're tracking your car and stuff, I imagine you'll be doing this all the time. Again, this is a new car to me, so I haven't been tracking it. So this is the first time I've done this. So that was quite hard to get off. So that's the fill plug. On the fill plugs, there's thread sealant. Some guys will put Teflon tape or something like that, but if you're going to put it, you need to make sure it's oil resistant Teflon tape. I'm just going to use oil resistant thread sealant. And you're going to let that drain down and catch the drips. So I'm going to let this drain a bit, and then I'll come back and I'll show you guys how we're going to fill it up. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to put the drain plug back in. So it's drained a bit, takes a little while, let it run down. I put a little automotive thread sealant on this. And we're going to put it back in now. I got a rag to catch my oil. Put my drain pan out of the way. Screw it back in. Okay. So now we're going to grab a wrench. We're going to put it back on. There you go. So it's the thread sealant that's going to be doing the sealing, not how hard you're going to torque down that bolt. So you're going to want to make sure you don't overdo it. And then clean it up, clean any oil that's around. What I do after, when I'm done, is I usually spray everything with brake cleaner and keep it all clean. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to set it up so that way you guys can see how we fill it up. And we're going to start pumping some transmission fluid in it. Okay, so you're going to take the hose and you're going to put it up into the fill reservoir. You're going to hold it there, and then you're going to take your pump and start pumping some oil in. Yeah, this is not going to be the quickest process in the world, but if you just keep at it, it'll eventually get full. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill it up until it's coming dripping out of this hole. So that's how you know it's full. So you just keep pumping, go through your 3.5 jugs, and I'll do this now and I'll come back to you at the end and show you guys how it's going. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be filling it until you get a steady stream coming out of it. So I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying. Okay, so we're going to put the drain plug back in. The fill plug, sorry. So there's the fill plug. You can see it kind of stopped dripping now, so it's kind of leveled out. A little drip there. So we're going to put the fill plug back in now. Okay, so all you're going to do is you're going to take the fill plug, fit it back in. Ooh, try not to drop it. You don't want to drop it on the ground, especially for me because I have Zorball on the ground because it was leaking. And I don't want to get it dirty, and I don't want that in my tranny. So there's that. I'm just going to get over. So make sure she's getting tight. And that's it. That's all she is. I'll show you guys how to clean her up. Right, so she plugs back in. Got a little bit of thread sealant on it. The other one as well. So we're gonna give it a quick cleaning with some brake cleaner, just over some stuff, especially the exhaust because it dripped on some of the exhaust and we don't want that smell. So I'll show you how that's done. Alright, so we're just going to take a little brake cleaner, spray it around a couple spots. Just to get rid of some of that tranny fluid. Okay, and that's it. And that's all you have to do. Now, change your tranny fluid.